The world is discussing Gaza. Every leader, every nation has an opinion. High-stakes meetings are being held in pretty much on a day-to-day basis. From the American President Joe Biden to Chinese President Xi Jinping, they're all talking about some kind of a solution for the Gaza Strip. But the question is this: is any of this diplomatic hyperactivity helping the besieged Palestinian people, 2 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip? The simple answer is no. Just this morning, the American Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with the Israeli War Cabinet. He discussed the ongoing war and the Israeli offensive and pushed for a proposed peace plan.
As always, I very much appreciate the opportunity to exchange views and perspectives with friend here, both on the situation in Gaza, the regional perspectives, and of course we're intensely focused on the hostages and determination to bring them home to their families.
To see how committed this group is to the hostages, to solving the situation, to figure out ways to promote peace, prosperity, and, if possible, tranquility.
Even as the top American diplomat was sitting across the Israeli leaders, the IDF was bombing the Rafah town in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has ordered the Israeli troops to focus on the crowded city of Rafah, claiming that victory on Hamas is still many months away. Note that almost half of the Palestinian population in the Gaza Strip currently now has been forced into a very tiny space in Rafah near the border crossing with Egypt.
Our heroic fighters are now fighting in Khan Yunis, the main stronghold of Hamas. We instructed the IDF to prepare to operate also in Rafah and 2 of the refugee camps in the center, the last remaining strongholds of Hamas. We are on the path of total victory. Victory is within reach. It's not a matter of years or decades, it's a matter of months.
Now, on Thursday, Netanyahu rejected a proposal to end the war. He called the terms put out by Hamas as delusional. The militant group had proposed a 3-stage plan with each stage spanning over 45 days. The plan has proposed the exchange of the remaining hostages for around 1,500 Palestinian prisoners. The plan also envisages a flow of aid into the Gaza Strip and the withdrawal of the Israeli forces, along with the reconstruction of the buildings that Israel has destroyed. Nearly about 70% of all buildings in Gaza have been destroyed or have sustained serious damage. The Palestinian group has made itself clear it will not agree to any deal that does not include an end to the war and the Israeli withdrawal from the Gaza Strip. Israel maintains that the war will go on until Hamas is eradicated. Negotiators are back to square one as Israel has refused to accept the peace plan and is now pushing further into the Gaza Strip. As of now, a Hamas delegation is in Cairo to discuss further push to the peace process. Now, Jordan's King Abdullah is also touring the West. He's calling on the leaders to push Israel into ending its bruising hostility and offensive in the Gaza Strip.
And I'm especially alarmed by reports that the Israeli military intends to focus next on Rafah, where hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have been squeezed in a desperate search for safety. Such an action would exponentially increase what is already a humanitarian nightmare with untold regional consequences.
Now, that was the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who's raised alarm about the nightmarish reality in the Gaza Strip. Now, Israel has refused all claims. It has said that it is taking steps to avoid civilian casualties, but the fact is over 27,000 Palestinians have been killed so far in the last 4 odd months. As of this morning, at least about 11 Palestinians were killed in Rafah after Israel bombed 2 houses. Now, Israel's staunch ally, the United States, which has been pumping weapons for the Israeli offensive, is also now calling for a ceasefire. Blinken told the Israeli leaders that the civilian toll is just too high to not be discussed.
An opportunity today to
They
discuss
cannot be attacked, and the United States, on the one hand, remember, has maintained that it wants to contain the war from spilling beyond the frontiers of Gaza. But on the other, its actions in Iraq, Syria and Yemen have risked further escalation. Baghdad has warned that repeated American strikes against certain groups within its territory is pushing the country to end the US-led coalition within the nation. Remember that on Wednesday, the US military killed a Kataib Hezbollah commander in a strike in capital Baghdad. 3 people were also killed in the American strike. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.